So let's go back to the store here. We should get a delivery this morning, and then I should just see my employees kick into action here. That's pretty much it. So if I look at Saturday, right, we have restocking and stuff happening on that day too, but let's just let it play on. I don't have anything to do the first hour of the day because I've already restocked everything. I guess possibly what I could do is just knowing that ahead of time, just don't bother restocking until, you know, I can get the deliveries the night before, but don't bother going through all these and hitting the buttons, because why, right? And see, some people do try to show up at 8 o'clock. Maybe that's the game plan, but then I'd have to show up at 7. It's going to require me to show up an hour before workday, so it's going to make me still, like, no matter how I do the hours. There was actually enough customers approaching me there to where it kind of makes me want to open at 8. So I'll have to be here at 7. I'll be alone for the first 2 hours of the day. Then the delivery will come, and I'll have help with it. So, meh, I guess, you know? You can play around with it. There's experimentation happening here. I only have $44 in the store account and only $1,000 basically in the corporate account. So we are fully allocated to inventory right now. And yeah, I can't get the time to go any faster than this. So I guess I just have to wait. Okay, so with my upselling, this cash register is, there's always a big queue. There's always like 4 or 5 deep here. I'm either going to need another cash register, or I'm going to need to hire somebody who's significantly faster than she is. Leonore is doing, she's here now, and she's restocking, I think. Yep, at this point. There is a time at 1 o'clock where she's going to be on the cash register. She's even slower than Sue is. So it's going to be a little bit of a hard thing to do here. I think the store is, like, see how deep this is? I think the store is definitely going to need something else here. She's okay at sales. I'm going to go ahead and have her try to get her at selling things. She's not great at it, but I'm going to get her trying to sell things instead here. I think. Anyway, hi. I'm not sure what she's doing. Get out of here. Yeah. There you go. I need to get myself centered. I don't like where I'm standing. There. Center it up. There we go. All right, so I want to get through this queue because right now you see that little yellow thing that just popped up? That's the game telling me that the person who wanted to check out could not find a space to do so. The queue is too long, right? So I'm going to need another cash register or a faster person. Right now I'm on it. I believe the player is maximum speed. So, like, I believe the player character operates at maximum speed. So this would be like how fast a maxed out cash register person could do it, I think. And this is fast enough. You can see that is fast enough. We're getting through the queue here. So if I had a really good cash register operator here, a really good checkout person, I could handle it with one. But this is with me not doing a whole lot of upselling. I do have other, I have an employee trying to do it right now. But of course I operate as the player, I operate as a really good salesman too. I do think we're going to need a second one though. Yeah, the queue is just too long. I need a second person now. We're too popular to have this long line. So I'm going to have to rethink this. And where can the queue go? Like, I'm gonna have to get rid of a shelf. I think that's the only way to do it, is to get rid of a shelf, which I don't want to do because I've got a lot of stuff on these shelves. I have space here for, see, my salesperson's on break now. Yeah, it's 1 o'clock. She's on break actually. I can move some of this stuff over here. That's possible to do. As far as the hanging stuff goes, that's a little more tricky. I think I'll get rid of the toothbrushes and hanging stuff there. The little spice rack thing that I have, I might be able to put some of that stuff over there. And then I've got that space right here, which I can hang some spice, some stuff from too. So we'll try to make it work. If I can get rid of these cash registers, or if I can get rid of these shelves here, then I can place the cash register here and here. We'll have 2 checkout counters with 4 queue deep. I think that'll be all right because we'll be able to check people out twice as fast. We're just going to need more employees to make it happen. We're very profitable though, so no problem there. We're definitely making enough money, and this is with me operating a damn cash register. So I kind of think I have to sit here though. I don't have much of a choice. I gotta sit here. So this person here is supposed to be doing sales. She's kind of just standing there doing nothing, because it seems like the salesperson doesn't really do anything unless somebody's flagging them down. And that's a real shame, because they should be walking around doing the same stuff I was doing. But I guess that's just kind of how it goes. So yeah, could not find a cute place in the queue. Damn, it is very deep. Okay, so I basically have to sit here all day, and there's going to be some customers that leave, and that's just the way it is. Tomorrow, again, weekends are busy, right? So tomorrow, Sunday, the busier day, I believe, we're going to have 2 cash registers here, and I definitely need to make sure I have employees here ready to do it. And then that gives me flexibility, too, because if someone calls in sick, I can step in and operate one. And, you know, I don't have to do it all day, but I can step in and operate one when needed. And that's where I think the queue, closed queue and stuff can maybe come into play, is when I want to leave the queue. I want to leave the register and go off and do other things. I can close my queue, leave the other one open, and then I serve everyone who's waiting at mine. Because if I close the register and there's somebody waiting here, that'll piss them off, right? They're just going to get really upset about that, and then they'll leave. So you use closed queue so that you can close this, serve the rest of your customers the way they are. Let's go ahead and take you off of sales, put you back on the register if I could, please. We got through the busiest part of the day. And I don't know what she's doing, but I told her to get back on the register. Here, I'll do it for now. Not sure where she went. There she is. She's trying to get herself in here right now. I'm gonna move. Okay, get in there. No? You're going, okay. Yeah, definitely want 2 registers, because I can't leave until this person's fully checked out. There we go. And now I can't leave at all. I'm trapped in here now. I'm stuck in here now. This is my life now. Okay. I see the weaknesses in the plan. Okay. And we will work through those weaknesses. We will do this together, you and I. I mean, I'm going to do all the work. You're just going to watch. But I like to believe that we're on a team. Okay? Now I'm standing here doing nothing, like I'm some kind of employee training exercise. It's fine. I'll put her on greeter for now, because I totally need more people in the store. Okay, so let's think about this a little bit. Where are we going to put this stuff? There's a lot of stuff here, and I need to fit it onto the racks like this, I think. So definitely going to want to move this rack. And we're going to bring it over here. Right where it lets me. Might need to clip a little bit in order for it to work, but as long as I can get the products on it, I guess I'll be fine with it. So go about like that. It's sticking out just a little bit, isn't it? Let's move it again. Let me get my head out of the way. Right about here. That's good. I think we'll go ahead and pack up all these brushes. We do sell some, but it's not a huge volume. And we're going to want to place candy on this instead. And I'm going to start by having these things. I think we'll do at least 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. At least that many. Maybe we'll add a 4th on the pink because it's pretty popular. Let's add another yellow and another blue, I suppose. We'll go down the row about like that, because those things are very popular. And then we're going to want to have some of this licorice stuff as well. Yeah, so we'll add a couple of rows of that. And I mean, all this candy is still here. You still need all of this as well. So the yellow, the jellies, we'll put that down here like that. I probably should do... It's rows of 6. So I guess 2 of each, right? I guess we could do 2 of each instead. So let's pull these back for a second. We'll say 1, 2, 3, 4. Or is it 5? No, it's 5. Yeah, 5, 6. And so then it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so something like that is a little more even. So I need to move all my candy over, because this space needs to be occupied by checkout counters. It just has to. As far as all of this stuff, we can pull all these chocolates off and put them along down here. I think so. It's got to have to happen. So why don't we start sending all the products? Well, I mean, she's gonna clock out very soon. She's almost done. So I have to man the cash register in a second. She's just so much slower than I am. All right. Thank you. Bye. Goodbye. Have a nice night. Okay, so we're basically still open, but nobody's going to come in here. So effectively, we're closed. Let's take a look at how we're going to adjust stuff here a little bit. So I think all of these things, I could move them over to here because we're going to change where our queues are anyway. So it's possible I could move them here. If I take the queue and I reduce it. Oh, hang on. I need to close the queue first. Yeah, close. Oh, I need to close the register. Well, let's do it, I guess. And then we'll adjust the queue and then reopen the register. So bring the queue back down about here instead. Then we'll reopen the register because somebody's in the shop, right? Did somebody walk in? Yeah, somebody's in here. So effectively, I guess some people will. If they're only in here for like one thing and then they'll actually make it there in time, then I guess they'll come in. But either way, I can now move this to be here, I guess. And then this shelf is gone. But this can fit right here. So we'll have some chocolates there. I don't know if that's the best place for them. You know, given I wanted the impulse buys, right? And that's kind of where these things are located. But obviously the game doesn't work that way anyway, so I guess it's not a big deal. Because once they're in line, they don't add anything. Once they're already on their way to the checkout counter, they're not going to add anything. Okay, so let's tear everything off of this shelf. We have basically all of our hanging candy here, and we need to remake all of this. So if I sell this unit, all of these things go in boxes. So if I say, okay, the boxes end up here, I can then unpack all that stuff, and it ends up back on the storage shelf. It's a little bit faster than clicking the X's on each one of those things and then clearing it. I find it's a little bit faster. At the very least, it doesn't require me to make many clicks, but it's still something that takes a considerable amount of time. This is at max speed right now, and it still, is taking a while. And then I need to put it back on the shelves, but that's okay because we're going to have more of those racks right there, and I'm going to see maybe if I can't find a way to incorporate like a back-to-back rack. Would be kind of cool. If I could do something like that, that'd be neat. So like having a rack. Ooh, yeah, it actually could work. A rack right here could work. And then put another one right here on the other side of it. Right? It could work. So I take where is it? Right here. It's these. I think it's going to be this one. And it needs to be, I think, just one tall, right? Yeah. I can't fit too tall, so I can put it like this, right? And then we just have, because they're back to back like this is okay. We're going to take this and we can add our other products here. So we have on this side, let's see, we have the 1, 2, 3, 4 different varieties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different varieties. Yeah, these are different. 5 different varieties, so 5 deep on the list. So if I come over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's over there. So now we're going to start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I need more shelves. Let's do that. 2. There we go. Okay, so we left off with the unicorn mini. Yep. So the unicorn mini goes there. Then the nun marshmallow. Then the green. And then from there, we go to the pink mix, 1, 2. And then the hearts, 1, 2. And we're getting close here. Then 1, 2. 1, 2. And finally, 1, 2. And then at the bottom, we have the other candies. And I can probably deal with just one of each of those because they sell a lot. There's a lot in them per row. There's like 30 of them per row on these things. There's 3 of these and then 4 of these. Ooh. It's not quite enough to fill the whole thing. Like, we'll go with the licorice first. We'll go with the licorice. So 1, 2, 3, 4 at the bottom. I think I'm just going to keep that, and then I can find, I don't know, another place for these 3 to exist. I'm not sure where they can exist. We might as well put the best seller. I don't know what the best seller is. I think it's the strawberry. I noticed that one's kind of out more often. So I think the strawberry is the better seller. So we're going to add 2 rows of strawberry, and then here, and then here. Okay. So we'll fill the backside of that. That's going to give us all that room. For this stuff here, I actually have space on the shelf here too. I could put the chocolates and stuff next to the cereal. I'm not sure if that really fits, especially since it will go here. Like the shelf will fit here, so I can just do that like that. Okay, and then the cash register, we're obviously going to close it because it doesn't need to be open right now. So manage, close register. I want to move it, and of course we'll have to change the queue as well because otherwise it's going to be flipping out at me. So let's really quick adjust the queue down to 1 so I can kind of, you know, ultimate flexibility on where to put it. All right, so I'm thinking we put 1 cash register here, right up against the wall as far as we can go, about there. All right, and then we add another just like it right next to it, but it needs to be, it doesn't need to be over just a little bit more. And the idea here, like the queue, right? I'm looking at this, the queue is a concern because they're not going to be able to. So if I go like this, I'm just curious, can I go like this? And then you can walk behind this. Can you walk between these? I feel like walking between these is a really important thing to be able to do. And you might be able to see my idea here. I don't know yet. So the idea here being that if I can get these to alternate a little bit, then their queues could be next to each other is what I'm thinking. Can I walk between there? Still can't. Let's move this one back a little bit. If it lets me go all the way to here. I want room though. I don't have the room. Shoot. There's just not enough room for the queue. Well. Shoot. What if... This might be a little weird. But what if we went something like this? The only problem with this is like people are going to be standing behind the counter now to shop. And, you know, like a conventional Quickie Mart kind of thing. They've got cigarettes and, you know, they got the stuff that they don't want out in the open is behind the register, right? And you tell the person what you want and then they give it to you. That's not modeled in this game. So customers have to come behind the register, and I don't want that. I'm wondering if there's any room to move this closer. I mean, there's a little room, but it's pretty small. But a little bit? What about this side? Can I go a little bit closer on this side? Well, I got room. I got room over here. The issue, though, that I had is that if I use the room over here, then I can't... Oh, man. That's like the most annoying thing. Come on. All right, fine. I have to go and transition to the evening time. Sure, because it's a full day. You have to go to the part where, yeah, you have to go to, you know, where the time stands still and then you have infinite time. I just forgot that that's a thing. And so I'm hoping it's like, did it save my changes? I don't know. I want to go to store mode, not build mode. I hope that they changed. I hope they saved the changes. Okay. I don't know if they did. Let's see. Clearly they changed. They saved something. Okay. So let's evaluate this a little bit. How far over can you go? Get out of my way. So you can go this far over, but then they can't walk between that. And I want them to be able to walk through here. The AI, the pathing is already struggling with that, with the number of customers we're getting. It's already struggling with getting through this gap, even with this being the way it is. So, yeah. I could put those candies here, I guess. Maybe those candies can go here. There's 3 of them. So if I alter this, let's say the globe pepper, I have 2 of each on here. I could alter this to where maybe some of the ones that don't sell as well. Not sure which ones those are. I have to look at the sales figures for that. It looks like maybe this one doesn't sell as well because it's still got more here. So maybe the globe garlic could go. Or not go, but we just have 1 row of it instead. This one here still has quite a bit left in it. So the paprika, we're gonna have that be 1, and then yeah, I think then we could take maybe the curry. No, the mint. The pepper. The pepper right here. Okay, so this one, and this one. So we want garlic and paprika to all come up and join this side. So we're gonna take the garlic. Take the garlic away from here. And we'll take the paprika away as well. And then we're gonna add that. I'm gonna go up to... No, I need to back out. I need to back away and then reload. Packaged, yeah, condiments. Okay, so we're gonna take the pepper, the paprika, and the garlic. They're all next to each other up here now. Because we don't sell as many of them, so we'll just have 1 stack. And then for the others, let's take the masala and... Oh, they're both masala. Okay, that makes it easier then. So we'll take the masala away and add it to this row here. So we have curry and curry. Perfect. So I want to take... Back away, reload the list. I want to take the masala, yep, and add it to the end here. Nope, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Hang on. Back up like this. Okay, now get rid of it. Now reload it. Okay. Good. Now at the bottom of this row, we can then put those candies that we're not yet selling. So we can put, I think they're in rows, if it says 5, not sure which ones are the most highest selling. We have 50 left in stock on this one. 18. That's a lot. Really? 50? Yeah, those are different. Wow. Okay, anyway, we'll do this for now. And that gets us all the candy on these shelves now. At least all the candy has been moved from that one shelf to these back-to-back racks. It does take up less floor space doing it that way, so I guess that's good. It's just about whether or not I can get the cash registers to make sense. Maybe we put them... Do they fit side by side? I mean, if they fit side by side, then yeah, but they don't. I can't place it here and have the queue here. That doesn't work that way. So if I went like this, the queue would have to go off to the left, right? So we'd go right here. Trying to get it all the way against the wall, and it's not letting me. No, it's not going to let me. All right, let me see which direction the queue can go. Yeah, so if I make this, turn it that way. Okay, so I need the queue to go that way, basically, is what I'm looking for. And it won't let me set it because it has to be valid in order to set it. So to move it back a little bit. So about here should probably work, looks like. So if I move this queue, no, go this way. Yep, and then move the queue. Okay, we'll start with 3, just so I can see how it lines up. Okay, and then on this side, we want this register. Oh my gosh, this is going to be just way too tight. You can't walk through here, so that means nobody can actually get in here right now. Shit. Nah, man. I have to sacrifice some shelf space to make this happen. These cash registers are just too big. If I wanted this queue to exist, it can go 2 deep and it can go this way. I can't go 3 deep with this. So the 2 can line up here and 3, 4, 5, 6. Like most of them can line up here. So that's interesting. And it's kind of doing what I was hoping, is that having the queues next to each other. But I can't have a queue long enough unless I move that shelf. And then I can have probably 4 deep here. 3, 4. I can probably do 4. That would be acceptable. If 4 could line up here and 5 could line up here. I mean, honestly, I could almost get 6 here if I could just move this thing a little bit more over, but I can't. So, actually, wait a minute. Now, this is very disorganized, but it does work. The queue can go back that way. All across there. We can have that be the queue. And if I do that, then I can move this register to be right next to this one. We could actually slide them further back. Although I think having them out this way is probably better, just for the sake of being able to walk behind them. Being able to walk behind employees, having a little more space back here. But it would let me alter this to have a longer queue. I think I could maybe... Okay, let's start with 3 here. Let's move these chocolates. Yes, let's move all these chocolates. We're going to package all of these up. Basically, all of our... these are all just what? Cool Mint. These are bubblegum, not chocolate. Bubblegum. Bubblegum, yep. This. And then these are the mixed rush berries and stuff like that. Okay, I have these. Let's pack all these products up for storage. It's going to take a while because there's a lot of individual items. Every single thing, one at a time, has to be removed. There we go. We'll clear this. Excellent. And then I'll just drop the unit. We'll place all of those in here. So we'll take it's candy, the bubblegum stuff. Yeah, we'll put that over here. 1. That takes up a lot of space, doesn't it? Damn. 2, 3. Yikes. Yikes. May not be able to get all of them in here. Okay. Now, there's opportunities to maybe put it next to this cash register here, too. The bubblegum. Which is kind of what I was looking to do originally anyway. If I scoot this back a little bit. Let's say I scoot you back. Well, you'd have to be back enough to fit your queue back in there, right? So, you have to be back up at least this far, I think. Which doesn't let me really walk back here, does it? Not real well. But if it lets me get my... Look, see what I'm saying? They rendered, like they created things inside the face. It's funny. Inside the head. Oh, so close to being able to make that happen. I have to scoot this back even just a little bit further. And then I can make that happen. Oh. It's just not going to let me. You guys. It's just not going to let me do it. I can't have it back. And if I can't walk between them, I might as well get them right next to each other, right? I don't think this will allow me. This is as far back as I could go and still have it valid. So in order to get to this other register, this one has to be the one that everybody's like... Ooh. Hey, now wait a minute. Now, how far back can I go here? I need to adjust the queue. I can't move it because of the queue. I have an idea. I have a plan. It's probably not a good plan, but I have one. Let's reduce the queue to 1 so I can move this thing. Now, if I reduce the grid to its smallest size, this is as small as I could go, and I can't. It doesn't work. Yeah. I was hoping that I could have the register facing this way and then have the queue go that way. But it's just not going to work. There's just not enough room. All the red. I can move this a little bit over, maybe? It's very crowded in here now. This is what I'm worried about. But if it works, right? It's going to be everything jammed in here. As long as the pathing works. The game has been very picky about where to place things as far as the spacing goes. So if it lets me do it, then I'm going to try it. So what we need in order for this queue to exist is I need it to be about here. Right? This has to be like here. Let me see. Come over like that. Still not enough room. All right. I need to think about this for a second. What if I have a register on this side and a register in front of the door, and then their queues go across each other? Let me move some things around. I got to play around with this. Okay, so I've come up with something that I think will pass, and it's a little bit weird, but it's going to work. I still have the candies in a somewhat impulse buy position. I've moved these little spices and whatever down over here, little bits of candy down here. But I moved them down over by the window so that people can still walk through here. Here's what I've come up with. Some more impulse buy. I've moved it over here in this area. So we've got back-to-back cash registers. Okay. This lets me get that queue to go down that row, but it's going to go that way instead of having the back of the register there. All right. So that lets me do that. And then the other employee can stand here. And what I'm thinking is, you can probably tell, I can have a long queue that goes down that aisle. It's going to get very crowded with people standing around. But the hope is that with 2 cash registers operating, the queues will never get that long in the first place. I get to have pretty much all the same storage space that I had already. I have a little bit of extra shelf space right here for some stuff. I don't have the bubble gum though, did I? No, I'm supposed to put the bubble gum in here. Let's put the bubble gum in here then. We're going to bubble gum right here. And I think I'm going to have to move something because that is something I don't have, is that bubble gum. Gosh, like, is that big of a deal? I have 6 here and then another 3 here. I could put these 3 down here. That's fine. But I now have 6 other types of bubble gum that are not in stock because I don't have shelf space. I haven't dedicated any shelf space to them. So perhaps instead we just put it over by the bread. I have space there. I might as well just do it, right? And then I'll leave this space open for something else. So we'll come over here. I have this space open. I think I'll just do it. So bubblegum goes, let's say this stuff right here. We'll just do this. It's gonna work. All right, we'll have that there. This one can go here like that. And then the other bubblegum comes over and goes like that. There's still room for tea. Right? I mean, it's weird to have the bubblegum next to the tea between the... It's between the... Oh, you know what? Maybe I shift the cereal over here. Then the bubblegum can be closer to the line, and that makes it more of an impulse buy. I like it. We'll put it over here. Right over here. Just, I'm moving everything around. But I'm walking you through my process while I do it. Hopefully this is interesting, right? Rearranging the store to make this happen and have this very small place work has been a challenge, but I think it's a little rewarding if you can come out, if you can figure it out. See, these are all cereals and granola. So we'll just get rid of these products right here. I'm in max speed mode because it's just making everything so much faster to work that way. There we go. And then we're going to go and put the bubble gum now on this side instead. There we go. I'm not saying that having coffee next to the cereal makes more sense, but I feel like cereal and coffee, they're both like an early morning thing. I'm gonna go with that. They're both early morning sorts of things typically, so they're gonna match better that way. Packaged, we're going cereals. Yep. 1 box there, 1 box there, 1 box there, and then the other box is over here. Interesting. Didn't I? No, I guess it was like this, right? Because I didn't have. I don't know. I missed one. There's something else here. I feel like I missed one. Yeah. No. Well, maybe there's only 2 spaces here. There's 3. They're supposed to be going 3s, but maybe not. Maybe not with cereal. I guess I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention. It's fine. Everything is on the shelf now. So we're going to have more room for all the granola stuff there. Done. Okay, I think that takes care of everything. And I get everything I wanted. I have everything on the shelves that I had before. I still have a little bit of shelf space here to place something. I got a little bit down here, a little bit over here with the teas to place something. Lots of household goods I can still buy. And then I can still load up on, move the juices here, of course, to make more room for beer. So I have a lot of products I can do there too. And I just had to move this over. I could put it here so it's not right in front of the window, but it doesn't let me because of the queue. Right, I used to be able to place it here. It was here before. There was something here. But because of the queue stretching this far, I can't do that anymore. And that's fine. I mean, I could make the queue one more spot less, but the queue is more important to me than where this thing is placed. So I'm just going to place it next to the window. It's fine. There's lots of stores where stuff is in front of the window. It's all good. So with that out of the way, with that done, right, we should probably go back to HQ and first off, get an order. And second off, we should make sure that we are getting employees to go and restructure the shifts a little bit to have 2 cashiers. I think, though, what I like about this, and maybe I don't have to restructure this with 2 cashiers, is I can just jump in and be on the cashier and, you know, really hit that down by opening up a queue. That's one way to help, too. But I'd rather not have to do that. Let's go to higher. I'd rather not have to do that. I'd rather just have 2 people on the cashier during busy times. In the morning, we don't need that. But let's say sometime around noon-ish, we get a second person in there. And then I can jump in during people's breaks. That's okay. So this person's best skill is cash register. And it doesn't mean he's good at it. It just means it's his best one. This person's better at it too. Brooke Castro, 49 years old. She's got an okay bit of selflessness here. She's really only good at that. And her preference is that too. So that's going to work to my advantage. She wants Tuesdays off. She doesn't want to work evenings, doesn't want to work weekends, but she likes long days. Okay. Doesn't want any of the other benefits either. Love it. I think you're going to be a great asset to my store. None of these, everything, she's already basically happy with it. It's the only difference is what? I can't hire you for exactly what you asked for. Your standby caller is dislike. 0 bonus. None. 1707. What's the deal? I guess I'll give you an evening bonus, even though you're never going to work evenings. You don't need one, but I'm going to give you one anyway. 5% and 5%. That'll get me to be able to hire you for the wage you asked for. Maybe we'll put you up to 1710. Okay. There you go. And we'll get you scheduled as well. I need one more because she doesn't want to work weekends. So I need someone that will work weekends. How about Mateus? How do you feel about weekends? You like bonuses? Yeah? I don't. I don't. Lamont Wise. Lamont Wise is wanting Fridays off. I can swing that. Neutral on everything. Only wants 10 hours though. Ugh. Evening bonus. Really likes cash registers. You're decent at sales too, man. 10 hours is it? You're good at sales too. I want you in here. How about you? You're really friendly too towards other persons. Yeah, this is good. Salesperson. I could really use a salesperson that has your configuration here. You actually prefer evenings. You want Tuesdays off. 20 hours. I can make you work. I can definitely have that happen. So let's give you what you want. Weekend bonus is 20%. About there. And then standby bonus is at 20%. I'm never going to really use you on this, I don't think, but and that's it. You'll go ahead, Marv Wong. Marv Wong will work here for this. And I think that's fine. Yeah, we'll get you on there. Now I need to get you on the schedule, but you know, in general, I want weekends. I want somebody on the cash registers. I want 2 people on the cash registers. So let's see if we can make that happen. Only during strategic times. Late in the day, I think we can have just one. It's okay. But yeah, so first I'm going to go to my order system. I'm going to go to min-max, hit that. Wowzers. Whole lot of stuff we need. I'm going to need another pallet. It says I have 1.572 delivery capacity. How does that work? Either way, I have room for pallets temporarily, so we'll go ahead and do that. And then staff overview. So let's get the schedules for the new employees in. I want to take a look at our store schedule as well. So let's start with Sunday because like I kind of need that. So you're looking to not have weekends. Great. Okay, you're my weekday employee and you're looking for 40 hours though. So, all right, I'll get you on the weekdays. So only weekdays for you. And we'll get you in here from, let's say, 11 to 18. That should get you about 40 hours, right? If I do that. There we go. Exactly 40. Let's see. Was there anything else that you had? You want Tuesdays off. Okay, so that kind of disrupts things a little bit, but we can get you in earlier then. So we'll go earlier on Monday. We'll say start at 10 instead. Wednesday. There we go. Like that. And then Tuesdays off. But you also don't want weekends. So we're at 36 hours, which is apparently not to your satisfaction. Okay. Not sure how to swing that. I guess you really want that to be your minimum then, huh? So I don't want you to work any longer. Do you want evenings? No, you don't like evenings. Maybe that's why. Oh, maybe that's why. Maybe I went too far with you. 10 to 17. I think this will fix it. There you go. But now you don't have enough hours. So on Friday, you're going to come in a little earlier. And Thursday. And every other day. Because I need you to get up to there. Yeah, okay. As long as this is not yellow, your satisfaction is not going to dip. You're not working anytime you don't want to work. I'm going to redo your break time. You're going to have a break at noon because no one does a break at noon. So you're going to do a break at noon and then have a sprint here. Now, I want you on cash register for the second half of your day because this is when I'm really going to need that. First half of your day, I'm good with you trying to be a restocker here so we can just get everything in stock. Although I think maybe getting you as a greeter might be better here because you have okay sales experience, right? You're actually not interested in that, but your sales experience is high, and this is what determines how good you are at customer interactions. So yeah, we're going to start your day off like this on these days because I already have people on the cash register these days. That's already a thing. So at the end of the day, though, we're adding a cash register. So before your break, you'll start restocking a little bit, and then you'll go on break, and then you're on cash register for the rest of the day until this point. I like that. Good. Next person, Marv Wong. Wong really wants this, and you're the one that likes weekends. So that's great because you want 20 hours. I can swing this. This is great. You're very different than the others. So we're going to put you on weekends instead. This already gives you 20 hours. You're basically my weekend guy. You actually prefer evening work? I can swing that. You're not getting an evening bonus, so that's good. So I can have you work in the evenings with no weekend bonus. With no evening bonus. I'm giving you a weekend bonus, though, which is... I'm going to be paying you more. It's kind of a necessary thing, though. Okay. Let's think about this a little bit. How about we change you? Friday's a slow day. Thursday, we already have a lot of people there. Kind of want to get you on another day and not work you so many hours on the weekends because I pay you extra on the weekends. So how about we have you come in the middle? We'll have you come in like this on the weekends. No breaks. You're just going to work 6 hours straight on those days. And then on this day, we're going to want to reduce your hours. So you're going to be about here. You are satisfied with this. You're working cash register the entire time on this. So we're going to have to tough it out until about 2 o'clock, and then he's going to swing in. This is a slower period of time, though. I don't like that anymore. I think this is a slower period of time. We're gonna go like this instead. I just want him to tag into the evenings because he likes it. So we'll go like this instead. So 23 out of 20 hours. And on Mondays here, we're going to have you be a restocker near the end of the day, I guess. No, because you'll be cash. That's fine. Because I don't have anybody working cash register here because everybody clocks out at 1800. So you're the only evening guy there. And in the meantime, I guess we'll just have you do this. That's fine. Okay. So you guys are set. So Sunday, what's our schedule Sunday, right? Tomorrow's schedule shows that we have 2 cash registers open for most of the day with some restocking happening in the middle of the day. And then we also have an extra person to run it from 10 to 7. So I have to manage it myself here, and that's okay. I can take it myself here, and then I get help. And then at 12, we get 2 people on it, and that's great. Okay, we'll see how well that works. But that's going to be next video because you guys are way too long at this point. So we're expanding, we're growing, we're adapting, all right? You have to adapt to the conditions. And this is without any marketing at all. I think that's neat. Come on back for the next one. We'll see just how neat it is, okay? Take it easy. Bye-bye.